Grande, if we can get this right. Grande, welcome to Reaper Suburban Homestead. I'm your boy Reaper. Today is Monday, September the 22nd. It is currently 72 degrees. The high today is supposed to be 91, and the low is supposed to be 71. That's a 35% chance of rain today, according to the weatherman. It's Monday. We have a few things planned. We are we are going to, as the title says, if you check the title, we're going to start a new bed in the middle of the yard that we call Fallen Pines. I have to kind of set up, right? Take the till out there, or the chainsaw, so the extension cord with the chainsaw. And we're going to first check the garden before we do any work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really spend a lot of time in the garden yesterday. Uh, Watered that evening. Spent time at another friend's farm yesterday, getting some stuff done. We actually got a chance to, if you saw the Instagram post, you saw that lemon tree. I can't remember the proper name of that lemon tree. It's some kind of try something orange, I think it is. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a wild lemon tree is how they called it. The lemons are really tart. They are. It's a million seeds in them. They small. If y'all saw the pic, they kind of small. We grabbed a bunch of those. We're gonna use those. Probably make like a natural Gatorade. Probably start taking a few little shots, mix them with some other stuff. Some lemon juice, a little salt, a little cayenne pepper, probably a tad bit of honey for the taste, maybe. And we're gonna rock with that. All right. So first things first. Kind of talking in circles. I'm not prepared properly. First thing we're gonna do is kind of do the garden update. I'm sorry, y'all watching me flip a ripper. I'm up here giving one of Lucy kids some water. We're gonna put her up in this. Look at the mold. Look at that mulberry. The elderberry is hanging in there, but it popped out some little mushrooms. Uh, I think the plan is for that is to is to take that pot, take the plants out, take the elderberry out of that pot, clean off the roots really, really well because that's the soil that was given to us. That's how the pot came. We kind of put it in quarantine in the shade, gave some water just to kind of see how it was gonna react. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Um, so yeah, we gonna get that elderberry taken care of. Somebody had one they could. They said their husband said they couldn't plant it in the yard, so we said we'll take it and try to rehab it. All right, let's get this. Where's the chainsaw? Here's the chainsaw. I ain't got enough hands. We're gonna move out this electric chainsaw. We're gonna move this tiller out there to Fallen Pines. Um, Trying to get it prepped up and established. You know, should have gotten all this done before I started the stream. But but yeah. So like I said, this morning we're gonna get everything moved out here. Grand day, grand day. How's it going? How's it going? Screenshot it. I don't even know what that means. What was screenshot it? But yeah, this morning we're gonna start on this part of the yard we call Fallen Pines. We had a bunch of trees here. We got like 12 of them cut down. So the name of this area in the middle of the yard is Fallen Pines. The name of this area back here where the grapes and berries are, that's the Outer Rim. Yes, the Star Wars reference, Outer Rim, the farthest part of our yard. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started on this bed today. But before we do that, we're gonna do the weekly garden check. We're gonna see what the garden's looking like, kind of make a plan for things that we want to get done this week, and kind of address them. You don't have to always do a garden update on Monday. Kind of see you guys get a chance to see how the garden grew. But yeah, we're gonna do this bed, we're gonna trim up what I call the arms, where the branches came from. We're gonna try to make these flush. So I will have to be rolling these. I don't know what the going is like on this one. That one there is heavy, but I don't think I have to limb it up, I guess you can say. But we're gonna see. What else am I missing? I did not bring the tiller nor the extension cord. That extension cord gonna be a two-hand job. We're gonna do the extension cord last. How about that? We gonna go on ahead and get to checking out the garden, seeing what's shaking. Yeah, come on, Tilly baby. We're gonna just move you down to the ground. Can I do this one hand? I can. I'm strong. I'm strong. Whew. That was heavy. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get the extension cord closer. I gotta put my slides on before I walk on this concrete up here. So we gonna get this right here. How we gonna do this? Can we make this work with one hand? Probably not. We gonna give it a good old cottage try. All right. Slow going. My bad. I got y'all just flouncing around everywhere up here. My bad. I ain't trying to cause no motion sickness in people. All right. That's not bad. Okay. All right. We're gonna drop that right there. We got that down here. Got things closer. All right. Since we up here, it's not really much up here now. We're gonna have to. We spent some years letting these grow up. Now we want to cut them back. All right. We got the snake plant. I'm sorry. This is a spider plant. You know what I'm saying? And she live outside, so she looking kind of. Now you know what? My baby looking good. Stop playing. We got a feed. Queen said yesterday, boy, that feed look bad. I said, well, she used to me doing air layers. They already have roots, but by the time they get to this point, they like live feeding. I mean, technically is though. We fed kind of late in the week. I was kind of busy a few days in the week more so than I'm normally being used to being busy. All right, let's do this. We gonna kind of start in reverse. Usually I say the outer rim for last, but considering this tiller needs to go out there, we're gonna walk this tiller. If I can get it to walk straight behind me, we're gonna get this tiller walked out here, and we're gonna start at the outer rim, and we're gonna work our way up to the main garden. Kind of muggy, not really much of a breeze, not warm though. But once the sun come out, I can feel it. All right, we're gonna drop this here, and we're gonna just kind of start looking around. Right out, oh look at that, we got strawberries growing all out this bed. Time to propagate some more strawberries. These are blueberries. That is a sunshine blue. I'm not sure what kind of strawberries these are. That's a pink lemonade blueberry. Climax blueberry. Tiff blue. A bunch of strawberries. And then out here, now right here is supposed to be another spot for blueberries. This was before we had all the trees cut down. This tree right here casts a lot of shade in the garden, but just at a weird angle because the sun comes up over that way. So we've started this spot, so we may use it. We're gonna see how it goes. But we found this so much more sunnier spots. Pretty much everywhere you see the trees are. Let me zoom in. Where you see the trees, that's kind of where the sun tracks across the yard. Pretty much in that little. Now the sun comes up behind me, so its first point, the first parts of the yard it touches is over there by the fence, and it just works this way, works this way, works this way. Everything is in sunlight, and probably about 2-ish, that tree right there, or those 2 trees, start causing some shade over in this area. I'm gonna actually map out the trajectory and time stamps of the sun, so I can kind of have an idea of what to plant where, based on the light requirements. So if it says it needs 6 hours, I should know what part of the yard gets 6 hours. These are grapes. Probably gonna leave the grapes and eventually plant some muscadines. I like muscadines, and they're meant to grow in this area better than grapes are. So we may end up putting, I don't know, either a trellis right here to extend this out, or maybe just an entire another one to go straight across. Because muscadines need about 10 feet between plants, and I think those grapes are at like 7. So, but anyway, blackberries need to be pruned up. I hadn't pruned them early. Usually I've already pruned them this time of year. What is this about? But I didn't this year. having an issue propagating them. So want to wait till later on in the season. Oh, that's a spider. Can't get too much close. I am terrified of spiders. Come on, focus on the spider. Of course you won't. Yep. I'm sorry, people. I'm not putting my hand behind that spider. Not during it. Not during it. All right, let's do this here. Let me take y'all off here, put y'all on my chest, and we're going to start picking some okra. I didn't pick any okra yesterday, so I'm expecting to have some that are overgrown. Yeah, good way to start off the morning. Overgrown okra. Come on, baby, close up for me. Close. All right, let's see. I still got to spray these aphids, but we're going to get some rain today. Now, you know, they say we're supposed to get some rain. I hope it does rain. I mean, we need some rain. And I didn't get a chance to water this part of the garden yesterday. All right. Oh, we had a pretty good day at the market. We sold all the okra and peppers that we brought with us. That was cool. Wasn't expecting that. But we sold them all. I was excited about that. Even had several people that have been like, oh man, I bought okra down at the other spot. If I know y'all had okra, we would have bought it. We love it. You don't know if they're telling the truth or not. I don't really care. It's just a thought that somebody, you know, thought enough to say that to you, even if it was a lie. I can't say that was a lie. Let me quit. But no, it was fun. It was fun. Sold a lot of products. Sold a lot of stuff wasn't expecting to sell. Yeah, I gotta excuse these close-ups because we just doing a reach and teach game. All right, if I cannot drop the okra. Pretty nice pod. These are bigger than I would like them to be. But it's right there on that point of starting to become too hard. No, I'll probably take one in the house, cook it up, and see how it turns out to see if we're going to want to sell the ones that get this big. We're going to see. See, but this for me is like a good size for a Clemson Smiley. Bro, why am I dropping everything? I need to get me one of them aprons with pockets on them. Big old pockets to drop my produce in. I ain't gonna lie, I think them kind of feminine. And that's probably because, you know, women are smarter than men and they ain't trying to carry everything in their hands and pockets. So you only see women wearing them. Or mostly. Alright. As we going through, we are also trimming up the leaves. This is the way. This is the way. From old boy Dan Jarring from the Mandalorian. And we just working with a chopping drop. Forgive me for this weird angle, but all right, pick back up on the job. All right, that's gonna be ready this afternoon. You ready? Now I need to be trying to get both sides of this aisle, or this double row from one spot. But it's always about perspective with okra. Just because I can't see it don't mean it ain't there. It's a good chance it's on the other side. It's a good chance my perspective is just being thrown off. Good chance I need bigger hands. All right, y'all doing so well. I'm so proud of y'all. This is my first time growing anything in this particular spot, and you guys are looking amazing. We're gonna hope that the sugar cane we're gonna put here to replace y'all in a couple months is gonna do just as well. Yeah, the plan is to grow sugar cane this year. Never grown sugar cane. That's a callback. Shout out to my granddad, who used to buy sugar cane for us, I guess from the local grocery store when we were kids. And I remember that, it was so amazing. So we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it ourselves. He never tried to grow it, he just bought it. But we're gonna try to grow it. Why not? Damn, if I can make some sugar from it too, that'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. It'll help close that loop. I appreciate the shout out about the okra plants. Appreciate it. You know, they put me through the ring. It's work. If you've ever grown okra, you understand when okra starts producing. You know what I'm saying? It's daily. And it's a daily event. Truth be told, it's a twice a day event. But you may be able to get away We're doing it once a day. Depends on the size you like your okra. Like I said, the bigger they get, the less tender they are. These ain't that bad though, honestly. Actually kind of surprised me, but I don't want to let them all get that big. I don't. I rather err to the side of caution and get them small and tender. Oh, hummingbird. Damn it. I don't know if the camera caught that. Did y'all see that hummingbird? Oh, man. It was a straight hummingbird right up in here in the middle. He flew off. Oh, man. Kind of wish I had like Tony Stark camera on my glasses type thing. So y'all can see what I actually look at. And I can have use of both of my hands too. But yeah, hummingbird. They must be flying back through on their return trip, I guess. I need to set out the hummingbird feeder. That's kind of small. We're going to let that one make it. That too. We're going to let that one make it. Now these two of these though. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We're going to let y'all, we're going to let you make it. You're coming with me, Quaid. Yeah, you coming with me too. Uh-oh. Get in there and get it. All right, running out of hand space. Look at this. Somebody come look at this boy. Somebody come look at this boy. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. All right, you're gonna duck off up in here. We're gonna go down up in here like that. We're gonna put you over there. And my feet are itching. Something probably biting me. All right, let's see where we left off at. Let's grab you two. Man, this is just one day without picking okra. Look how long some of these have gotten. All right, now this part be kind of annoying only because these things are in my face. In my face, Craig. My face. Now, why am I leaving the bowl back here? I already knew I'm making a mistake. I'm leaving the bowl back here. We're gonna go on here. I know y'all probably can't see. Forgive me for that. But I'm reaching overhead because the okra are tall. Some kissing bugs, or love bugs, whatever they call. All right. I did not realize how much okra was gonna be ready. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, dude, you didn't harvest yesterday. What are you thinking? Get out of my mouth. All right. There. Come on. Work with me. I'm trying to make sure y'all get the shot. I'm trying to make sure, what I'm doing is in the shot. We're working in some cramped quarters. Whew, whew, and whew. All right, let's see. How are we gonna do this? Not gonna be able to hold this thing and get that. Come on, man, stop hitting buttons. All right. Let's just go and do it. I put these okra. I planted double rows of okra too. I didn't even know that was a thing for real. It popped up in my head to maximize the space. So I was like, let's do it. Do I regret it? Nah, not honestly. Now these rows are 2 feet apart. Do I wish they were a little bit wider? I mean, like, honestly, this is not bad. This is doable. It truly is. The extra space. I mean, honestly, the extra space, unless you just, if the okra irritates your skin, then I would say go 3-4 feet. It doesn't seem to bother me. And I guess in the case of me streaming, probably should have taken into account how tight that was gonna be. But man, I'm growing food. I'm not taking into account how the stream is. This stream gonna have to fit in with the garden, not the other way around. All right, y'all looking good over here. You, we'll let you go for a couple more hours. I need to pull you off. Put you right there. And. Okay, cool. Let's get down here and grab these. And we'll keep moving. Let's walk out here, put this right there. Boom. Boom. Guess I could have just set y'all up on a tripod and just watch me work, but I kind of want y'all to be able to see what y'all can see. In case y'all had any questions. I just want to see, right? It's always better a close-up view than a long way, than a panned out view. Zoomed out view, panned out, I'm not even sure what the proper term is. All right, we're gonna let that one rock. Well, we got some aphids though. I got to spray. I won't be spraying y'all today. It's supposed to rain, so sorry. Sorry, people. Let's get you off. Yeah. My bad. My phone does not like when I lean down. Well, my phone doesn't care. The app doesn't like it. All right. Let's let you stay. We're gonna get you off here, buddy. You too, buddy. One more in the front. We'll get that in. All right. Ooh, you look bad. Oh, you look bad. Can't win them all, sir. Can't win them all. All right. I just left them over there. Found you on the backside. That's called too close to the forehead. That thing was right by my face. All right. We're going to get you too. Oh, yeah, big. Oh, yeah, big. All right. Get a couple of leaves. You know, the sad part is I keep bending these leaves as I'm moving and shuffling around. My bad. Leaf blocked that. We are almost through. We are at the 5'7" okra now. My height. Now we at the 5'8" okra. Past my height. You're a little. You are actually pretty good size. You just look little. You gonna grab you too. You gonna grab. Can we all? I feel like a Care Bear poking my stomach out, poking my chest out, so y'all can see this. I care. All right, let's get these people. Whew. All right, gotta make a pit stop. Hands are full, pocket is full, basket is about full. You know what? I think we need to go ahead and cut down some okra in the other part of the garden. The streaming is awesome. Like I've been in the garden with you. That's what's up. That's what I hope. That's what I'm hoping for everybody who's enjoying this. It's just you guys can kind of get that. I want to share that experience of being in the garden with you guys, right? I'm not gonna let everybody walk into the garden, but you can feel free to look at it online, ask some questions, ask your question, see what's what, see what I'm struggling with, what's thriving, what's not. See them pineapples over there? Man, them pineapples ain't gave me no pineapple. Just a lot of time growing. All right, let's get back to this. Let's pick back up. Go here, here. And there's a couple more back up in here. Now we're gonna move to the last row. Yeah. All right. The leaves are looking pretty good. I didn't get them all. Never do. All right. Let's move forward to infinity and beyond. All right. Good. Let me go, Blackberry. Stop holding me right now. Y'all gonna have y'all turn. All right. You look good, but we're gonna let you stay for a little bit longer. What about y'all? Y'all starting to produce yet? Wait. We're gonna go ahead and grab you, buddy. We're gonna grab you. We're gonna go ahead and grab you. Yeah, come on to the house. Make some okra or some pickles, pickled okra. Oh, bro, I posted last week, week before last. I lacto fermented some okra, some zucchini, and some pep. Wait, no, it wasn't no peppers. Okras, cucumbers, to make some lacto fermented pickles. I thought it was gonna take 3 days. Took closer to like 7, I think. In the end, I need to take some pictures. In the end, the ones that I liked the best were the zucchini. The okra and the cucumbers had this really funky smell. Is it supposed to have that? I don't know. It was just, it didn't smell too appetizing. The taste wasn't bad, nor did I get sick from eating it, but I ain't with it. But the zucchini though, I cut them into spears. They look like cucumber spears, and to me they taste like cucumber spears. The queen said it was similar, it was slight different. Now, could that be just because of the method in which I made the pickles, lacto fermentation, that's accounting for that taste? Probably. But we're gonna try it again. We're gonna try it again to see if we can repeat what we got what happened with the zucchini, and then we're gonna see if we can get different results from the squash and the cucumbers. That's the plan. All right, and my bowl is full, bro. Bowl full. Now we headed up to the regular part of the garden, which the queen has already said is going to become her herb garden once we get fallen pines taken care of. So all these beds will be to grow her herbs, all the ones up in there. Right here we got a loofah. We had some cucumbers. She cut down the cukes and planted some more. She had 3. The one died. I don't know if she's going to actually replant the one that died. Look at the little loofah. Look at the little loofah. The little loofah. It was looking pretty good. Yes, indeed. And over here, everything's looking all right. We have some mullein. I found out this was echinacea. That's echinacea, purple coneflower. That little bit of green up in there, some chamomile. The lemongrass is finally taking off. The queen wants to cut the lemon thyme back. She don't like how scraggly it looks. I told her I don't know what happened. The sage didn't die all the way. It has a little green popping up from the bottom. The sage, oh yeah, that sage is probably like 4 years old. All right, right. Where is it at? Come on, finger. Right there. That's some comfrey. We have. Oh my God, the pineapple sage has red flowers. I'm excited. I ain't know. This is purple. Purple. This is a pineapple sage. It's starting to flower. Pretty color. Pretty colors. I like it. Then we have some mugwort. Well, in the middle, that little bitty one is lemon balm. Mugwort, baby mugworts. Some variety of holy basil. Some yarrow that's growing. Rosemary. That bluish pot, turquoise pot, I think is some more mullein. Look at the tropical hibiscus. Pretty flower. Love it. And we have one that's falling off. We'll take this in the house, finish drying it to make hibiscus tea with. This is tea. I hate to call it a tree. This is a tea plant. It is to make tea. First time hearing the pineapple say, man, it was ours too. Now here's what I found out from eating it. Doesn't really taste much like sage, and it has a hint of pineapple, which I'm not really a sage fan anyway, so no real complaints at the fact that it doesn't taste like sage. But yeah, we have one growing there, and we have one growing straight ahead of us in nowhere. This bed is called nowhere. That's another pineapple sage. And that was the third one in the pollinator bed. But bruh, the holy basil just became a monster and kind of overshadowed everything. So I doubt it's still living back there. But yeah, got some pears. Got a bunch of little pears on here. Looking pretty good. And then we have, that's my baby right here. But banana mint. We're gonna pop off some leaves on this banana mint. This is breakfast. This is breakfast almost every morning. I call this a banana 9 later or banana laugh attack. I grab a couple leaves of banana mint, walk around the front, make sure ain't no keys and nobody out here. Okay, neighbors over there. We're not gonna get the neighbor on camera. He ain't consent to this. And then we're gonna stop by and grab some stevia. We're gonna get one of these smaller leaves because this stevia is like super sweet. We're gonna put that together. A couple banana mint leaves, some stevia, and we call that a banana nine later. Yep, I like it. Ooh, so sweet. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Don't stop looking at me. Stuff that went to the market that came back home. Everything's looking good. Oh yeah. Hey babies, how y'all doing? Y'all doing alright? Y'all looking amazing. Look at the pumpkin, man. We sold your brother or your sister. Sorry. She wanted to get up out of there, bro. We grabbed some cabbage from a friend's farm yesterday. She was like, man, I got this cabbage. I should have left it where it was. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing with it. Y'all wanna take it? We'll try to rehab it. We'll see what it do. We eat cabbage. Alright, I got that breakfast and that little burst of sugar. And I did not think picking okra was gonna take this long. But I can't skip it again. I'm like, I can't even skip it this morning. Some of them are so big, it's gonna send the plant into seed development mode and not give me more fruit mode. Alright. Bruh. Look at the bounty, man. Look at the bounty. And that spot back there is just a 10 by 20 spot. That's an approximation. I don't know the exact size. I kind of walked it off. I didn't measure it for real. That's just an approximation. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at all this okra. So the ways in which you would use the okra, in my opinion, eat it fresh if you like, boil it if you like, add it to some peas if that's your thing. Um, Cut them up and fry them. Fried okra is always amazing. You can pickle it. You can dry it and make a okra powder, which is kind of like a gumbo fillet. It's kind of like a soup thickener. Put it in smoothies to thicken smoothies as well as the nutrient benefits. Look at that mushroom. Somebody come look at that mushroom. Got grapes growing in the garden bed. We have green amaranth, aka callaloo. And this thing is a monster. We just let it fall over. Don't even take care of it for real. Some bugs started eating it that looked like cucumber beetles. It's my first time planting. I wasn't ready for those bugs. You can also eat the leaves on this. I've tried the leaves raw. Probably more like collards. Ain't that good raw. You probably have to cook them. But man, this thing is putting off a bunch of seeds. It drops little bitty beige seeds kind of that look like quinoa. Tomatoes is kind of tomatoing. Hey buddy, you got a tomato for me? And the bird didn't eat it? Good deal. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's so good. I hate to talk with my mouth full, but my bad, people. Right here we have a cayenne pepper. The queen planted some stuff in here. I'm not sure. I think these are beets. They look like beets. I read these tags once a week. You'd think I would remember. Some dwarf kale. This is, once I say beets, some more beets. And I'm assuming those are beets. All in the middle growing in here is chocolate mint. All right, hey buddies. How y'all doing back here? Y'all chilling? Got a cayenne. Now this cayenne belonged to Mr. Squirrel, it seems. He's eaten almost every cayenne off this plant. We've gotten some yellow peppers. I think these are yellow chilies. They're starting to turn yellow. The squirrel has finally let us get some bell pepper, bro. Like, honestly, he was eating them every time they got ready. So, honestly, a bell pepper, once it starts to get maybe about this size, it's ready. We let them stay on the plant to get long. I understand the animals know that they're ready. And that squirrel was going through in here and was yum, 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 yum. As soon as they got ready, before they got big. Now, I will say this, though. The squirrel ate all of it. Like, he only ate part of it, but if I dropped it in the bin or dropped it on the ground, he finished the rest of it. Or maybe it was one of his partners. But I'm okay with them eating the whole thing. All right. What is this? Was something happening to you? Yeah. Squirrel bitching. Yeah. Look at that. See that? That's how you know. That's what a squirrel does to a pepper. These are serranos. These are hot. I hadn't even tried to eat these. These are hot. Hot. But the bell peppers are looking great. Yeah. Look at y'all. These are poblanoes. First time growing those. I think they're supposed to be bigger, but man, Mr. Squirrel doesn't really have much chill. So if they get about 4 inches long, and I'm assuming they get bigger, honestly, we kind of pop them off. All right, all right, y'all looking good, babies. Y'all looking good, babies. Hey, Mrs. Zinnia, how you doing? Uh, we have, my bad, pieces of that um, tomato sitting on my teeth. My bad, man. This is y'all. You know, y'all probably have y'all heard this from the term from farm to table. Yeah, we don't really do that. We go from farm to mouth. Great thing about not using pesticide. Now That's good. That is good. This is some kind of random tomato that volunteered to grow. It ain't but one cherry. I know one tomato. I know what it is. That one right there. That second one from the end. That's a Chadwick cherry. The rest of them are volunteers. All right, now right here, it's just water. Today, I need to make some Jadon microbial solution to treat the garden. I wish I would have done it. If I'd have been on my stuff, I'd have done it and had it in the garden. So this rain that we're about to get would have been able to. We could take advantage of the water from the rain. But your boy wasn't ready, so it is what it is. We have another cayenne, looking pretty good. Look at that tree okra. Look at the okra on that. Look at the okra on that thing. It's supposed to get up to 12 feet tall. This one didn't get that tall, and I'm kind of being kind of wussy about it. I thought it was gonna die, so we hadn't been eating the pods. I was just eating one, and we are pretty much only growing this for the seed. Hopefully next year we'll get a chance to benefit from the actual okra itself. Got some carrots down up in here, some spinach, and some lettuces are the big green things on the other side. Not sure what she planted over there as well. All right, this took way longer than I expected. Let me be for real. But no, you know what? No, it didn't. It's Monday. It's the garden update. You know what I'm saying? Garden update gonna take at least 30 minutes. We're not gonna mess with that right there. We're gonna just drop that on the ground. Let the little maybe the ants will eat that. Oh, look at that. We got some red Malabar spinach. We have some green Malabar spinach. Yay! First time trying the green. Looking pretty good. I was telling the queen yesterday, this spot right here, we don't water. I don't water. I mean, it gets water on it. I mean, we water the grape that's right there, and I water the grape that's right there. But this spot, nah, I water that green Malabar spinach as well as those two. I kind of just want to see how they do on their own, and they don't. They seem not to care. I like it. Oh, we have a period right here. I don't know what's my deal with playing y'all with all these giants and shading y'all out, man. My bad. Oh, and we got a leaf-footed bug nymph on here. Can I, I don't know if y'all ever seen this thing, and I'm probably not going to be able to grab. Oh, I did. Can y'all see that? That's a leaf-footed bug nymph. It's orange. It looks really close to an assassin bug. Now, assassin bug is a predatory insect that you want to keep. These, not so much. How can you tell the difference? They look a little bit different, and usually you're going to see leaf-footed bugs in groups and assassin bugs solo dolo. Now, granted, that one was solo, but don't get it twisted. That is a leaf-footed bug. He gonna die. He ain't gonna make it. They're gonna grow up. They're gonna change from orange to a brown-looking color and look more like a stink bug, just not that little ovoid shape that stink bugs have. I think they're in the same family, but they kind of stink when you kill them too. All right, we got some lake squash. Yeah, some lake squash. See some male flowers. I think there was one female on the other side. We'll see if it's still there. I have not actually been trying to train them to grow vertically. I started and was like blah, 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 blah. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Somebody come look at this. This is way too big, bro. This is huge. I know this ain't gonna be edible. Ain't no point in even fooling myself. But just because of that, it might be something else I could do with it. Like this will be a prime candidate for drying and making okra powder with. And that's what's gonna happen. Okay, cool. I think I'm just about done here. Yay. We've seen everything. Well, just about. Okay, y'all got any leaves that need to be pruned off? Not really. Did I get all y'all okra babies? Did I get all y'all okra babies? Look at it. Here we got an okra an okra. We got a squash right here. Oh, it feels. Oh no, it feels fine. I thought it was soft on the tip. If it's soft on the tip, it usually didn't get pollinated. I'm running off the workers. My bad, bees. My marigolds are finally starting to open. They ain't been, they ain't been marigolding this year for real, for real. The oregano is growing well. So we kind of intercrop, as you can see. We put all this stuff in here together. If it will grow together and they're not enemies of each other, and usually by enemies, they usually have the same pest. They either have the same pest or one will cause a problem that the other one don't like. So, but we try to grow it all together as much as possible. So in this bed, we have a couple of zinnia, some okra, peri pepper, marigold in the pot. That's a basil that's standing up right there. This is oregano on the ground. This is some squash. That's a holy basil right here. That's holy basil. Marigolds and some more okra. Queen's gonna cut out this okra, or I'm probably gonna cut out the okra, and she's going to plant some other stuff. I don't remember what exactly. I think we're gonna do garlic in here as well. We have some elephant garlic that we're growing this year, as well as garlic that we harvested from last year. The elephant garlic I got from one of my homies. He's been growing it for a few years, so I want to try my hand at it. Oh, holy basil! Look at this holy basil. This thing has gotten huge. There's some echinacea in between up in here. Oh, boy, that shadow is for real. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, I love it. You know what, man? After smelling this, I think I'm gonna pop out some of these flowers and go in the house and make some holy basil tea with the flowers. Yeah, and there's some echinacea down up in there. And then right here, this monster's patchouli, and it smells just like the incense. And we got a bunch of ginger. The queen sick of this ginger. We got some more callaloo, green amaranth. We got some more Reagan. That's Reagan oregano. Her name is Reagan. The oregano, that's one of the kids from Mother. This bed is called Polly. That's a pollinated bed. This bed is called Mother. This is our first earth bed. And so that's Reagan oregano. I pulled her up, which I pull her up every year. I trim her back to 1 square foot. When I trim her back, I pull out the roots of the plants around it until she takes up 1 square foot, and I just let her do her thing. And then I harvest the leaves, of course. Harvest them, dry them, put them in a container to use them. Got the ginger. I can't wait to dig this ginger up out of y'all. It's a grape growing in here too. Some Joe Pie weed going to seed in the back. Oh, the Cosmo. They are a fall flower. They're looking pretty. I think next season I'm gonna intentionally look for plants that flower during early spring, early summer, late summer. I'm gonna try to have flowers in the garden all year round. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Growing flowers ain't that easy. Ain't that easy at all. Look at this lemongrass. And then some bergamot in the back. Now this is where the pineapple sage was. I'm pretty sure that thing is. Nah. Oh my lord. Here you go. It's still hanging in there. Is this it? Stop it. I think that is it. I thought for sure that pineapple sage would have died in all this shade. But nah, it's still hanging in there. Oh, and now we have some ginger. We have a ginger bed now. And now that I'm doing that, it makes me remember that I'm supposed to. Let's take all this okra up to the house. It doesn't look like we're gonna get any tilling or cutting done on stream. Probably. Because I just remembered I found some soaker holes. And I need to lay out some soaker holes in that ginger bed. Ouch. So it doesn't suffer. Like, I watered the garden. I mean, it was dark. It was after 7. And the leaves were still rolled. Now, ginger and most other plants will roll or fold their leaves when it's hot to conserve moisture. And the fact that the leaves were still rolled and the sun wasn't up and hadn't been on them for a while meant that they were actually needing some water. So, did I not bring what I needed out here? Bro, what are you doing with your life? I thought for sure I brought that out here. Okay, do you see? I don't see. All right, I don't see what I'm looking for right there, so I probably walked past it somewhere. Did I? What am I on? Why would I walk it down? You know, that's the OCD. I walked it down here. It ain't even needed down here. All right. Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna get to y'all today. I am. I plan on having these logs limbed up and the inside tilled. Hopefully by the end of the day. It's gonna be a long process. It ain't gonna be. It's a process, right? It's a process. I ain't complaining about it. All right, now we're here. We have some soaker holes. We have a few fittings. Do I have all the fittings that I need? Yep. Am I gonna make it work with what I got? Yep. And at some point, we'll get all this plumbed together. I recently started back looking into drip irrigation. What a drip irrigation kit, the size that I need, will cost, and can I source those pieces individually? I don't know, because a water hose like that I've been using, that's a heavy duty water hose, and 100 feet is like 50 bucks. I think it's like 50, 60 bucks, and that's pretty steep for something that I want to cut. So I'm not gonna buy a brand new, not gonna buy a brand new water hose just to cut it up, knowing I need to cut it up. I may end up having to, but your boy don't want to. All right, so we're gonna let this hose out. We're gonna grab a couple of fittings. We're gonna need a T, and we're gonna need this end piece, and then we're gonna need some caps, because I don't have a stopping piece. Yeah, I use them all. Something that fits at the end of a run to kind of just hold the water in place. I don't have any more of those, so we'll use a T, and we're gonna just put stoppers on the end of the T. So first things first, I Papa greets all the honeys, dummies, playboys, bunnies, those wanting money. We're gonna lay this out. This should be enough. I'm gonna be for real. I'm starting not to be much of a fan of soaker holes. It doesn't. Now it's probably just my soil type. It doesn't soak a wide area. Like this soil isn't exposed, so it dries out. So I watered it last night, but before I watered it, after I let the soaker hose run, these three beds are connected. Mother, nowhere, and nothing. They all connected. And let the soaker hose run for 40 minutes. And all I saw was a band about 4 inches wide going from the left or the right. So 2 inches on either side of that. And I'm just like, dude, that's not watering everything. And if I gotta put this hose 4 inches apart, well technically, yeah, 4 inches apart, that's gonna suck. That defeats the purpose. No, it doesn't defeat the purpose, it just makes it highly inefficient. I don't want to do this now. But I'm gonna need to snake this thing. This thing gonna need. You know what? We'll kind of lay it out. Without staking it, it's not gonna lay down flat. And it's almost gonna be a waste of time. But once it sits in this spot for a while, it will become that shape. So the plan is to this shadow, my shadows. This is the plan. We're gonna run it along the backside near the fence, probably about 4 inches from the fence, all the way to the top, snake down in the middle, come back through here and run it back up the other side. So that's the plan. That is the plan. We're gonna see if we can make it happen. I really don't want to walk in this bed. Ouch. My bad, bed. I'm up just stepping in you. My bad. That's weird. And then after this, I'm going to bury it. Hey, not really bury it. I'm gonna cover it with the mulch. Alright. I know y'all, my phone probably tripping. Going crazy. Crazy squirrel. Crazy. Alright. Ain't nothing but a little bit straight. And such. And such. Ouch. Pine cone. So this is just gonna be kind of annoying. Not staking it down, it's gonna move every time I move. When you move, I move. Just like that. We're just gonna be patient. And this is more than I need. Good deal. All right. So that's more than what I need. And it's not pretty. And I'm actually getting kind of tired of dealing with this like this. I need to make a better plan. So the better plan would be is what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk over here and we're gonna grab some sticks because I want to finish this product. But I'm gonna need some sticks to kind of hold down that soaker hose in the places I want it to be, especially before I cut it. I want to make sure it's at a proper length. And I'm laughing because I don't know what the proper length is. That's the length I need to be to do what I need to do. Now let us see. I'm looking for some semi-thick sticks that form a little Y. And I need them to be kind of long. I need the legs to be kind of long. Cause like this, I need them to be kind of strong too. Kind of like this. All right, bam, bam, bam. And that should be enough to sandwich that thing down and hold it in the ground. You see what I'm talking about? Sticks like these will be cool. Like that might work as a pinch. Straight sticks would be good to pop in the ground and make it bend around and come back. Now, like I said, after a couple of weeks, it's gonna take that shape and it's not gonna want to move. It's gonna want to stay there. But until then, it's not. If I left it out in the sun, it would probably become more pliable and easier to work with and be more willing to lay down. I ain't waiting on the sun. I'm out here now. I don't know if these little legs gonna be strong enough, but we gonna see. And then last ditch effort, I'll be buying landscape spikes or staples or whatever they're called. All right, let's get rid of you. You look weak. We're gonna leave that part. We're gonna keep that long part, and we're gonna see how you look. That part. This might work. That might be too long on here. Let's see. Let's do this. Y'all get to see. This is that country engineer. That's that Delta engineer. You ain't got what you need. You ain't looking hard enough. I like that. Might want to put that on a t-shirt. Can't find what you need. You ain't looking hard enough. And on the back put Delta engineer. Delta born engineer. I love it. All right. Let's see. Squat down here without all my knees popping everywhere. All right. We're going to put this one here. And we're going to just give you, like I said, we're going to try to keep this thing about 4 inches from this fence. That's about a fist. So we're going to put that like that. And then we're going to see if we can not show y'all just my leg. We're going to see if we can get this to go up in here like this without breaking these little legs to this wide. Come on. Go. Get in now. Get in now. Like golf. Okay, that's gonna be cool. All right, now what we'll need is a straight stick to be like a stopper coming down about halfway through there, just to keep it about 4 inches from the fence. Right? That's the thing. I really don't want to step in this bed, but all right, that'll work. That'll work. Now we're going to go with another straight stick because we're going to make a bend around his end. All right. See, man, it's just a little bit of straightening. I really didn't want to do this. I was getting kind of frustrated. Like, just lay down. And, just take your time. This whole thing. Part of the reason I started this process, other than growing food, is to help me with patience. I am not a patient person. Not necessarily generation instant gratification. I just don't want to have to wait the whole time, though. Oh, that's tough right there. We gonna hope that's gonna break good enough to keep that right there. Probably not. What does that be for real? Now we are going to, now honestly, seeing the way this thing works, I should probably make sure that this soaker hose is probably about 6 inches from each other. But we ain't gonna take it that far. At least I don't think. Let us know. I don't think. All right, let's see what we need to do now. Get this stretched out and see if we need to do something to the middle. All right. First things first. Untwist this. I'm gonna kink this thing. I'm gonna twist it. Untwist it. Because it's been in a roll, so it naturally wants to return to that shape. So we're going to try to get this around these planks. Get around there, buddy. And then lay this thing down. We're gonna check the back side, check the front side, looking good. Put you about 4 inches. We're gonna find a stick to wrap you around. That's about a good spot right there. We're gonna move you a little bit closer to the starting one here. All right, so that, bam, that's about 6 inches. A little bit. I ain't gonna complain about that. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. We're gonna let that rock like that there. We're gonna let that rock like that there. We're gonna take y'all with us. See, this ain't that bad. This ain't that bad. Now I'm just debating. Okay, we'll put the fittings on at the end. I had a whole plan of what I was gonna do, and the garden said, nope, we got other stuff that needs to be done, son. All right, now I'm gonna put a stick up in this area just to make that lay on the ground. But I like how this lays out, right up in here. Then, see, now here's the dilemma for me. It's not much hose left, right? It's not. I really just don't want to cut it and just have 2-3 feet of soaker hose and I'm never gonna do anything with. Cause like once it gets like, let me put this, pick y'all up, cause I know this thing probably doing weird stuff. Once it gets like right up in here, back down up in here, that's probably about as much as I'm gonna need. At that point, it's about 6 inches from itself. It's covering the area of the bed decently. I don't really have a need for this other part. But to keep from cutting it, I'm just gonna run it back through. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I don't really want that whole small 2-foot piece of soaker hose that I'm never gonna do anything with. All right, so we're gonna try. We're gonna do this. Let me focus. Because if I don't start tacking this thing on the right end, it's not gonna do what I want it to do. So we're not gonna play that game with ourselves. We love ourselves. So we're gonna hit it with one of these numbers. Push that down up and down like that. Stay, so sit, boo-boo, sit. All right, let's grab this in case we need it. We'll break it right there. Break it right there. It's 2 little small wires. And I'll get back to it. All right, let's stop here in the middle. And we will get, that's about a good 4 inches right there. We're gonna get this part here tacked down. Then move along. See that? This was kind of frustrating when I first started. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of patience, couple deep breaths. We got her done. And now it's gonna make this bed just as much easier to keep water. This will probably be what I call a 10-minute bed, because I set a timer on my phone when I'm watering these beds. And the small bed over in the corner, clay face, with the men in it, that bed gets water for about 10 minutes before water is coming out the bottom. This is similar in size, in my opinion, so we're gonna give it the same amount of time. Now here we just gonna adjust some more. Gonna put another stick in to keep these right here separated. Right. You know what? We're gonna do this like this because I kind of like the fact that we get water to all parts of the bed, even if it's not being used. So that technically means I need to move this here. That's a little bit less than 4 inches from the edge, but I think it's gonna work if it keeps it down. Is that a root? I think that is a root. It's hard dirt. Hard dirt. Put that like that. All right. Alright. Cool. Now those are close together, but we ain't gonna stress. We ain't gonna stress it because it's gonna be too close together because we've already stated that this is more holes than is needed for this area. So we ain't gonna really trip on it. We understand that coming to the end, some of these are gonna be close. So we'll probably just try to weave it in between some stuff. Alright. Did I have any more sticks? Cool. I think I need like 2 more sticks. Then I can put the fittings on. Let's break that like that. We're gonna put you right here. If my belt can fall down so I can squat down. I don't want to get too close to the ginger. We're gonna dig that up pretty soon. And you naturally want to curl. You naturally want to curl this way. So we ain't gonna fight. We ain't gonna fight nature. You want to curl that way? We're gonna let you curl that way. Cool. See that there? Can we get a overall? Let me take this out of there. It's gonna get crazy if I turn to the orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Can I unlock the orientation? Let's see. Mute, flip, gray, highlight, green, screen, lighting. Don't look like it. I ain't even gonna worry about that. But yeah, we got this laid out pretty decently. Not bad, and not bad. Yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. So now what we're gonna do is put the connectors on. Let me put y'all back on my kangaroo couch. We're gonna put the connectors on. And so on one end, we're gonna put a T. On the end, we're gonna put a T. The hose is gonna go in here. These are caps. Cap the end. Cap the end. We're gonna slide this on the end, slide this on the front part, the beginning part, or what I'm calling the beginning part. And we're gonna move on to something else. Can y'all see that? Probably not. And this just slides on. Ain't nothing crazy. Y'all probably like to see it though. Yeah, that's just. I think that's it. Then on this end, same thing. Just sit right there. Bro, why won't you just lay down? We'll pull this up. Okay. I see how you want that. That's cool. It's cool. Do you, boo-boo. Do you. Alright. And if I can get this on camera. Bro, the more I move you up, the more you fall down. Like, what is the deal? And it just slides on. Yeah, I cut myself on something. Look at that. I'm bleeding. Alright, I think that's about in there. And that's done. So what I do is plug up the hose right here. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Come back. Do need to test this, honestly. But not at the moment. Because where's the water hose? Oh no, the water hose is in here. It's connected to the clay face. Let's do that. Let's test that. And we'll get ready to call this stream fair and get done what I wanted to get done. Let me take that back. I didn't finish everything that I wanted to get done. I got done with plenty that I wanted to get done. We got okra harvested. And we got the soaker hose laid out. And the other part was going to be the longest part anyway. So yeah. Excuse me. So this will be kind of like this big. Unplug it up. All right, so let's walk this back. Let's test it. You should, of course, you should always test your stuff before you put it in production. Because I would have been 30 hot if I didn't test. Just try to use it and something just blew up and I still had to hand water it. Who I'm gonna be mad at, upset at? Myself. I half ass in the process. All right. Now, I'll show you guys. Like we barely turn the water on for these soaker hoses. Like barely. Can I rotate this thing? There we go. Good. These be the most ticky. I don't even take all that little cheap plastic, man. All right, we have that connected. We're gonna go turn the water on. I don't know the pressure rating for soaker hose off the top of my head. I imagine it's around 25 psi, pounds per square inch. I mean, that's what drip tubing is rated at. You don't want to send a lot of pressure to it. So this thing here spins multiple times to turn on. I think twice actually before it's all the way on. We only go a quarter of one turn. So if it does spin around twice, I guess that ain't even a quarter of a turn. That's an eighth of a turn total, I guess. And all I'm finna do is just see how it looks. There is a there's a flow limiter in the beginning. At the first part I connected, it's a green disc with a hole in it to limit the amount of water that can come through here. Okay, so first things first, this didn't stay when I wanted it. Bam, now it does. Now, just sitting here looking and thinking, what I'm going to do is, what I do with my sticks? I'm going to change this one. This right here is kind of a wide turn. So we're gonna have to just squat, huh? Right here, we're gonna make that closer to that like that. I'm sorry, because this thing is just, with me bending over like this, it's gonna trip. All right. And once we get satisfied with the position, we're gonna start covering. We don't need this second little leg, honestly. So we just need this to kind of hold this position right here. Come on, hold that. And then since we did that, this is not really needed, and we're gonna need to put this one right here to keep it from being so close to the fence. Oh, I got a lot of weight on that arm. No balance. All right, cool. Now we got that. It's a matter of this. Now, in my head, doing this to the soaker hose protects it from the sun, as well as helps the water to evaporate less because it's being deployed in a shaded spot. All right. I'm gonna have to add some more leaves to it because those leaves are on their way breaking down. I'm actually at the ground every time I move. All right, we're gonna turn that water off though because I watered that bed last night. It won't need water again. And we are at time. I do hate that I didn't get a chance to sweat and struggle with that till-on string. I'm gonna check work stuff and then get as much done as I can. Flipper ripper, worked up a good little sweat. Yeah, I guess I put the okra on the patio, on the back deck. We're gonna have to see. All right, let us move on. Come on, come in with me. You're coming with me. Such a beautiful day. Yeah, I'm working out here today. I listen to the rain drive me in. Most deaf. Feels nice, a little breeze every now and then. Go set my chair. Well, I already have my chair. Go move it to the shade. Grab my laptop. Go make me some, I did not grab flowers for the holy basil tea. Come back out there and do that. All right, let me end this stream. Y'all know how it goes, right? Follow me on the social medias. I am on YouTube, so please do the YouTube thing. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification. I am also on Instagram. I suck at this. ISUCKATTHISSS. Um, we drop reminders for streams and picture updates, garden updates on the Instagram. I've also thought about streaming on another platform, not in the morning, but like maybe the afternoon. I was thinking about lunch, but my lunches are so weird. It's not always the same time every day because of meetings, life, whatever. But I was thinking about streaming on another platform in the afternoon, maybe YouTube, maybe Facebook or Insta. So, if y'all have any thoughts on that, holla at your boy. But until then, thank you for showing up. Thank you for spending your time with me. It's greatly appreciated. Peace and power to you. And y'all know how this goes. Create more than you consume. You don't have to suck at this because I do. Y'all have a good one, all right? Peace. And we out.